We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity.
We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. As if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy.
Silence! The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. You have meddled with the primal forces of nature.
Don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts.
With Jason Bermas.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Do not give in to these machine monsters with machine minds and machine hearts. Unnatural monsters. That's where we're going with this one today. You know, I rarely get up here and am blown away by what I'm about to talk about. Because so often the stuff I talk about is somewhat in the future. And often I'm around when there's a launch of something so significant and so important that when I don't know about it as it's happening, and it is probably the most important story we may go over this year. Believe it or not, like today's the day to share the program to everybody. I just want you to know, a lot of people today, they're going to be talking about Obama, and they're going to be talking about this staffer that died on his property, that broke yesterday, all that stuff. Great peripheral stuff. This affects every single human being on the planet. And so yesterday was my birthday, and went out to lunch, and my buddy Mike, he loves to stir it up. He loves to stir it up afternoon. And so I didn't really realize I was walking into a lunch with a bunch of people, which I did. And I want to thank everybody that came out. Now, among them is a gentleman who is very, very into crypto. And I used to go to Crypto Club, quite a bit. I haven't been in quite some time, just because, that's another thing on the peripheral, especially with everything that crypto is going to utilize in smart contracts, blockchain, and your digital slavery. I've always warned about these things, right? In the future, this is something I've been talking about for a decade now. And yesterday was the day that all of that metastasized into the modern day lock mother truckin' gnar. And if you don't know what the lock gnar is, it is an orb of evil. It is literally an orb of utter destruction, okay? Divisiveness, viciousness, murder, darkness. It is the lock gnar. And it is here. It is amongst us now. Today. People are trading in the lock gnar. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm sitting there, and again, it's my birthday. We're all eating chicken wings, Militich is jibing me. We're talking, and I talked to my buddy. I go, so what's the crypto to invest in? What's the next big one? Because every few years, 3 to 5 years, the crypto market soars up. It largely gets boosted. And, I want to be there for that 100 or 1,000x coin. And he goes, First, he tries to push Doge on me. I go, look, I'm not Muskernuts and on X. We're at X now. Twitter's dead. We're X. The bird is gone. X. Get ready. It's all starting to get real weird, everybody. And then he tells me about Worldcoin that launched yesterday. Worldcoin. Now, at first, I thought he was joking with me. And why did I think he was joking with me? Because he starts talking about Worldcoin. And then he says, yeah, it's by the guys that did Chat GPT. Okay, I'm with it. I'm following. I'm going there. But then he says it's going to be incorporated into an orb that is going to scan your eyeballs. And the more eyeballs you scan to get digital ID verification biometrically that you're a human being for your safety, for your digital global safety, you're going to earn. And I'm like, all right. And he's kind of looking to the side. I'm not sure if he's being real or not. And then he says it's an UBI project, Universal Basic Income, the slavery system I've been talking about, and I've been warning people that's already being utilized via your digital biometric identity that was beta tested all the way back in the War of Terror in the Middle East, in Iraq and Afghanistan, scanning the citizens there, beta tested there, and then put into their World Food Program, which also runs on the blockchain. Blockchain slavery camps. They're real. They call them refugee camps. Blockchain slavery camps. Say it with me. So I'm like, all right, okay, Rediker. All right, you got me. You think UBI. And then he goes, no, man, I'm being dead serious. I heard it on the way over here on my crypto podcast. It launched today. So he's like, you got a device? Go ahead. And as soon as I typed in the Worldcoin and Sam Altman was next to it and I saw Orb, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. So here it is. The Lochnar itself. I mean, could you make it more dystopian, please? Could you make it more we're going to read this entire article out of CoinDesk. I mean, it even starts with the Black Mirror stuff. We're going to show you the ad. They're all over the place. But you have to understand, this is the culmination of Altman kind of being picked up into the hierarchy over at the Bilderberg meeting. He's a builder bro now, yo. He's a builder bro, and AI is the next big thing. And Chat GPT is doing the bidding of the predator class. I mean, this is the one to share with everybody today. If you don't share the broadcast, you would need to talk about Worldcoin, how it is now on the market, how it is blockchain slavery, and how now they are incentivizing financially for people to go amongst others privately and take their biometric information. I'm going to show you the first person in Hong Kong that's already done it. They've already done it. It's here. This is it. We're here now. This isn't me talking about it, on the Info Warrior in 2009. And people snickering. And anybody snickering right now, I don't know what to tell you. If this doesn't wake you up to what's about to go down, UBI means you are out. You are a slave. When you no longer have private ownership or the means to what? Enable an acceleration in your life through private ownership, through private business, it's over. It's over sauce with a side of told you so. I don't know. I mean, what is going on? The orb. This thing, if you looked at a model of it, okay, it's like a cross between the Lochnar, which is this green glowing orb, and in the second hour when we're off of YouTube. And by the way, I pulled the first hour off of YouTube yesterday just in case. You want to see it? Rockfin, Rumble. I'll post it on Twitter today. I didn't post it on Twitter. Or X. We'll post it on X today. X. Thanks, Musker Nuts. Phantasm, the sphere, right? Except for like burrowing into your eye socket and spewing blood out the other side. It's just going to scan your digital information. And you're going to scan your digital information. So let's do it. Let's just play the orb video that's out there, and then you can actually and then we'll watch a slave, the first ever in Hong Kong, happily give up his biometrics to the digital slave grid. Just volunteer. That's where we're at. Thank God it's not here yet. Oh, they're going to try to bring it here, man. It's not the United States because of some laws, but they're trying to pass laws that are going to just embrace this device, by the way. Did they say Los Angeles in there? Did they stick Los Angeles in there? Hold on. Yup, they sure did, didn't they? That was really quick. Boom. Yeah, they did. So this is in LA? Oh my God. Of course, why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? I see Mexico City. Oh my God. You can get the world app. Book an appointment for an orb near you. This guy did. Oh, why is it repeating? Oh, because I did the Worldcoin orb thing twice. Where's the digital slave man? Oh, here he is. He submits to slavery. There's digital slave man. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Let everybody know about this broadcast. And let everybody know what's in. Your UBI, digital blockchain smart contract slavery is here. It's this guy right here.
Okay. Now lift up. And open your eyes and...
Is it loading? I can't see that.
Yes.
You'll get a token. You get tokens too.
First few sign up.
We got him! We got him!
It's loading up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We don't need to hold it anymore.
No longer. You no longer need to hold it.
No, it's over.
Let's see.
We got him.
Whoa.
I did it! Oh, goody! Yay! My app now works.
Okay, verifying humanity. Oh my God.
Did you get it?
Loading.
Yeah, it's loading.
Verifying humanity.
They're verifying I'm a human being. It's like he doesn't know he's human. He needs some kind of validation through something out of a science fiction novel that looks like something out of witchcraft. Am I the only one that's like, wow, they chose like the crystal ball theme too? It's the Lochnar. It's here. Worldcoin.
Human.
Oh, ooh. Is he gonna tweak his nipples too? What the hell is going on?
Good job.
I'm verified.
Nice.
Few things leave me so speechless. What have you accomplished? I mean, you don't have any really hair anymore, bro. You got to be in your mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s. I don't know. Maybe if you're rocking it. No, I'd say early 30s. What have you accomplished in your life? What relationships have you built? The relationship with your digital slavery phone to be verified as human makes you that excited. And look, that's a global phenomenon right now. That's a global. I'm the first to be a slave. So we're going to read this article. We're going to show you the website. We're going to show you the social media presence. I didn't bring up the blockchain refugee video, but I'm going to have to find it. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Tell everybody about this broadcast, Worldcoin. This is going to be the most important broadcast you watch today, maybe this week, depending on how much we get this out into the alternative media. But for now, a word from our sponsor.
When I invented MyPillow, my passion was to help each and every one of you. And 20 years later, all of your support is what keeps us going. Because of you, we've been able to create thousands of USA jobs and help millions get the best sleep ever. To thank you, my employees and I are bringing you a limited edition MyPillow. The Giza Elegance MyPillow is made with my patented adjustable fill, the most amazing cotton, and a 2-inch pipe gusset. It has 4 custom loft levels, machine washable and dryable, and you get my 60-day money-back guarantee and 10-year warranty.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your limited edition 20th anniversary MyPillow queen size. Retails for $69.98, now only $19.98. That's right, get a queen size MyPillow for only $19.98.
From all of us here at MyPillow,
Thank you, Mike, for sponsoring us. We appreciate it. Use that promo code RVM. Here's the deal, okay? This is their own website. And I want to say it again. Sam Altman got into the club this year, solidified by becoming a builder bro. A builder bro on the cusp of AI at the top of the agenda. Okay, OpenAI, you have Microsoft, all the big players. You got media players like Doffner's, Axel Springer that are going AI. The media organizations going AI. So this is yet another incorporation of it. We're now going beyond track trace database. I want to make that abundantly clear. Okay, the track trace database thing has been here for a very long time. I've talked about it again and again and again and again. And now the Internet of Things, which has already kind of triangulated your behavior, is becoming the Internet of Bodies. So it can biologically follow you. All right? And incorporate you further into a slave grid system where all of your transactions must be verified and digital. Whether they're monetary or a transaction to them would be a search query on the Internet. That's where this goes. And that's the builder bro that's bringing it to you. More than 3 years ago, we founded Worldcoin with the ambition of creating a new identity and financial network owned by everyone. See, it's all about stakeholder capitalism and the benevolence of all of this technology. And Altman's not greedy. He loves you. He wants to make the world a better place. The rollout begins today. If successful, we believe Worldcoin could drastically increase economic opportunity, scale a reliable solution for distinguishing humans from AI online while preserving privacy. No, that's all a bunch of Johnny nonsense. This is an acclamation project. Okay? At the very least, it's an acclamation project. You see, it doesn't necessarily have to succeed on every level. It's kind of a beta test. They've already done, like I said, you look at the refugee program with the World Bank and the IMF and it being promoted at Davos, the World Economic Forum. That's kind of the alpha. This is beta. This is into the public arena. How many slaves will line up for their slavery? That's what they want to know. So look, if enough people adopt it, then it will continue. But even if it fails, it's going to have so much vital data out there for the predator class to move on what's next. All right? Enable global democratic processes. That's a total lot. See, we're in the post-truth world now. That's an inversion of reality. What it really will enable is a system, okay, in which authoritarians dictate what happens and then gaslight you and say you're anti-democracy because they actually have the data on how you voted, right? The outcome is already predetermined. But if you keep voting a certain way against them and you become a problem and a threat, they have your biometrics. They got your heartbeat. And eventually show a potential path to AI-funded UBI. In other words, total and complete automated slavery, financially and socially, for the vast majority of humanity. UBI means it's over for us. Okay? I don't want your government dole. I don't want your technopoly. I don't want your transhumanism. Period. And this is the road to all of it. Worldcoin consists of privacy-preserving digital identity. A total and complete lie. Anything digital is not privacy-preserving. It's forever. It's forever. It's in a database somewhere. Data is cheap. Man, I wish I had a little micro SD card, but everybody knows, everybody's got one on their phone. They're the size of a nano SIM. And right now, I can buy one that has a terabyte, commercially, has a terabyte capacity. A terabyte. You know, whether you believe scientists or not, they say that your entire brain, if you live to be like 90, only has like a 9 terabyte capacity. So if you took just the SD cards and stacked them like that, 9 terabytes is nothing. Nothing. And again, that's been commercially available for how long? So if you don't think they're going to keep all of your data and need everything, you're being naive. You're being naive. So this is your world ID. And remember, we're in the New World Order now. It's not like they were going to come out with a big flag and say, New World Order, we did it. No, we bent the knee to global governance on a massive scale through the World Health Organization. It's now been established. All right, we're in it. They believe that they're the winning team, and they're up 20-2. It's the bottom of the 8th. That's how they're looking at this. I mean, I wish that weren't the case. But this should let you know they got orbs. They got orbs that they're going to incorporate your biometric digital nightmare to. Awesome. I can't wait. So, where laws allow, a digital currency receives simply for being human. You're just you, bro. Stakeholder capitalism. You're just you. This is the Internet of Bodies right here. Yo, it's okay just to be you. What are you identifying as? Doesn't matter. I mean, you don't even really have to identify as being human. You just have to give up your biometric data. Believe me, that's down the road. Transspecies. We hope that where the rules are less clear, such as in the U.S., steps will be taken so more people can benefit from both. So right now, the rules aren't so clear, but somehow they have Los Angeles in their little ad. It's pretty rough. You can now download World App, the first protocol-compatible wallet, and reserve your share. After visiting an orb, a biometric verification device, you will receive a World ID. This lets you prove you are a real and unique person online while remaining completely private. Yeah, right. As the global distribution of orbs is ramping up, I mean, dude, I feel like it's like a Street Fighter character that just like comes up out of the ground. The orbs like are just circling him into it, just flings them out into the world, and then they come together in the giant Lochnar formation. Just one giant orb. You can find the closed one and book time to be verified with the World App and worldcoin.org. Worldcoin is an attempt at a global scale alignment. The journey will be challenging and the outcome is uncertain. But finding new ways to broadly share the coming technological prosperity is a critical challenge of our time. We hope you'll join us. No, this is slavery. This is straight. And I don't know. Let's see who Alex Blaney is. You know, I don't know who everybody is. I'm for shame. I had no idea that digital orb slavery was launching yesterday. No clue. So let me see what this guy looks like. This guy? Oh, he's friendly. He's friendly, right? And by the way, that's a Snowden orb. Bitcoin news. So there they are right there. Well, edges closer to. I just. Let's read the CoinDesk article. That's all I can say. I'm really interested into seeing what is, because this is extensive. Okay, let's see it. Let's see if they're just raving over it. Because I've got some clips. I want to talk. I mean, they talk about democratic processes. And I want to show you clips from 2000 and 2004 when people were like, hey, these machines are doing weird things. Now, here we are 20 plus years later, and the machines don't even seem to be part of the conversation. Forget about like actual audits. But the machines use themselves. No. You're not allowed to even speak about that. Okay? Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Remember, Red Voice, redvoicemedia.com/uncensored. That's how you get the premiums. That's how you get the full Militich, the full Newsom this week, the Nick Bryant from the week before. It's how you also support the broadcast. I really appreciate those that have stepped up to the plate and are, in fact, doing the premium. I could not do it without you, so please consider it. You can try it out for just $1 for the first week. And then, a month it's $10, or you just lock it in for the year, $100. It's almost like, a donation to getting information out there, because 2 weeks later, we put it all out there for free. Okay, I want this info out there. I'm not trying to hold back when it comes to a subject like orbs and Worldcoin or any other subject that is important. And I like to think that it's all killer, no filler here. We're even when we're having fun and we're joking around and we're taking a little light, the topics at hand actually matter. And that's another thing. You look at that guy, okay, before we get reading this, we're going to go off on another little reality rant here. You look at that guy and how unbelievably elated he is that he's now part of the digital slavery grid and that he's been verified to be human on his little magic box, right? What kind of pride does he take in anything that he does, let alone his work, right? Yesterday, I had somebody who, again, is a constant nihilistic cynic, but at the same time loves to prop themselves up. Okay, like they're the best thing since breakfast. On the issue of 9/11 in particular. And he's taken jabs at me for years. I'm not even going to have his name come out of my mouth. But I've met him personally. He's an unhappy person. He doesn't have a lot going on in life. Okay? It's sad. I feel bad for him. But without watching any of my stuff, with simply seeing a thumbnail, this is Red Voice Media, the other thing, I'll wear a suit, asked me if I was a quote-unquote Trump supporter then or now. And I said no. However, I voted for him twice. And then I said, had I been given a better option, like a Kucinich and RFK Jr. even at the time, I probably would have went that way, but I thought he was better than the alternative. Okay? So then he can't wait to jump back in. And that's you. Everybody knows that's my honest opinion from the very beginning. I wasn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016. I would have much rather had Rand Paul. He's not perfect either. But at the same time, I couldn't vote for Gary Johnson, who I had interviewed for InfoWars many years ago. Why not? Why couldn't I vote for him? He didn't understand the Syrian conflict or where Aleppo was, and he was pushing the climate garbage. So yeah, I unapologetically voted for Trump both times. So then he asks about Saudi Arabia, and you believed he was going to tell on the Saudis. I go, I never believed anything, and I'm one of the first guys that was talking about that 400 plus billion arms deal he did with them. So I'm like, you don't watch my stuff, just stop commenting. Okay? And to his credit, he's like, well, don't take offense. I don't watch anybody's stuff. Well, then why are you talking, man? Why do you just assume you know what I think? Hey, I think Trump was a failure on 9/11. JFK, Assange, Soleimani, Syria. Discussed them at length every time. Mattis, more. When the guy did good things, like I had more money in my wallet and he wasn't starting new wars of aggression, I was pretty happy about that. There's a lot I could go on back and forth on the guy, but that's just reality, man. But this is Reality Rants. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to read about Worldcoin and the Lochnar after this.
We interrupt today's programming to bring unfortunate news. Biden's dangerous plan for a digital dollar is underway. Don't be fooled. It won't benefit you. So take action now. The Federal Reserve's phased deployment of FedNow began on July 1st, 2023. Be prepared. This may catch many off guard and put your hard-earned assets in jeopardy. But here's the good news. There's a simple legal tax loophole to opt out of the digital dollar. Speak to someone at American Alternative Assets for a free wealth protection guide and discover how to safeguard your wealth with gold and silver IRAs against a failing dollar and volatile markets. Dial 833, the number 2 USA Gold. Yes, call now, 833-287-2465. This invaluable guide provides precise steps to transfer your IRA or 401k into precious metals without any tax consequences. Don't let Biden force you into using the government's new digital dollar. Call 833, the number 2 USA Gold. Yes, call now, 833-287-2465. Act swiftly, 833-287-2465.
Woo! I'm on fire today. I'm on fire. And look, I am a happy guy. I'm gonna lay it out. I will not let these people destroy my happiness. Ignorance, I'll say it again, ignorance is not bliss. Lies don't make friends. And people better know what's going on. And I try to do everything here and everything in my life that I can with an upbeat attitude. Does that mean I'm not a cock-faced McGraw sometimes? For sure. For sure. I can be a dick. Even in my personal life, I'm a little rough with people sometimes, they say. They're not used to it. I got a lot of text messages yesterday. This was my birthday. And growing up in just this little town, upstate New York, I talk about it sometimes, Amish people around the corner, I was just there. Me and my friends were pretty vicious to each other. We were the kind of people that just couldn't wait to get one-liners in and just crush the other person. Now, there was all love underneath. Every once in a while, we'd take it a little too far. But I got a text from my friend Heidi. Shout out to Heidi. And I think we're like a week apart on birthdays. She's got a beautiful family. I love hearing from her. And that's like kind of the first thing I thought. And actually my buddy Matt too. When those guys text me, I think about when we were kids and just, man, we couldn't wait. We couldn't wait to dig at the other one and make the rest of the group laugh. You know what I mean? And a lot of it, again, some of it was mean-spirited. I'm not going to lie. That's growing up. But it's all in good nature. And especially even yesterday, like I thought Rediker was busting my balls about Worldcoin. That's where we're bringing this back to. Because we're all sitting there. My one buddy who set it up, he just like plowed through the chips and queso like a madman. So we're having words back and forth. And I'm thinking that he's busting my balls. Hell no. It's Lochnar orbs. So let's do it. Let's read this article. Again, thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Let people know the Lochnar is here. I've traveled to Berlin to stare into the future. Or more accurately, I've traveled to Berlin to stare, literally stare, into a device that some see as our best hope for taming and perhaps harnessing the future powers of artificial intelligence. My God. Others see that same device as a Black Mirror episode sprung to life, designed to track and control us. Duh! No, do you think? Well, thanks for throwing that sentence in there. I'm staring into, quote unquote, the orb. The orb. By the way, guys, second hour, you're gonna want, especially if you've never seen anything heavy metal or know about the Lochnar, you're gonna want to come over to the second hour. RVMRumble.com. And again, yesterday we pulled the first hour from YouTube. RVMRumble.com. Did I mention RVMRumble.com? I mean, they run an entire network now till 8:30 p.m. You know what I mean? We're 9 to 11, almost 12 hours of content. Just point it out there. Just saying. The orb is about the size of a bowling ball. It's chrome and shiny and smooth. I'm instructed to move closer and stare into a black circle, like how you peer into a machine at the optometrist. The orb then uses a system of infrared cameras, sensors, and AI-powered neural networks to scan my iris and verify that, yes, in fact, I am a human being. Now, in my film Invisible Empire, I have the retinal scans in the Middle East. But I just want to show people retinal scans, war on terror. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what we got. Right there. I mean, in fact, I think I used that picture from that article that's 2011. Yeah, in fact, I know I did because I've seen that movie many times and I made it. Now, whether or not they use that. So none of this is new. They didn't need to make it into an orb, obviously. I mean, they've been doing this for so long, and now you'll get crypto. And by the way, the US have seized the biometric device. So it's all there. This was the alpha. Now we're in the beta. This was the alpha. Now we're in the beta. I mean, if I went to all, okay, and I went to news, and let's do sort by, let's do custom range. Let's go 01, 2000, okay, and we'll go to about 2008. How about that? 01, 2008. Boom. Pentagon to merge next-gen binoculars with soldiers' brains. I mean, that's what we got. Those are the type of things we get right there with retinal scans and war on terror. Forget about just the biometric scanning. You know what I mean? What is this? I don't want a free tour. Go back to... See, they're always trying to screw you here. I mean, right there, guys. I mean, the human brain interface thing is real. The retinal scan is run by the military. All right. Sam Altman is an extension of the military-industrial complex right now. You better believe it. That's what this is. He's staring into the orb. And I'm hardly the first to do this. No, you're not. There are now over 2 million humans who have stared into the orb, the flagship device from Worldcoin, the crypto meets AI project co-founded by Sam Altman and Alex Blania, who is now the CEO of parent company Tools for Humanity. And I talk about it. Technology is a tool, okay? But this hammer is bashing you over the head. It ain't building you nothing. Building you a slave grid. Worldcoin has an audacious premise. AI will continue to improve and eventually evolve into AGI, Advanced General Intelligence, meaning it's smarter than humans, the singularity. That will spur leaps in productivity. This will create wealth. And instead of that wealth being snatched by elites, yes, because, Sam Altman didn't just meet with a bunch of quote-unquote elites behind closed doors and business interests and people pushing the Great Reset agenda and pushing sustainable living. He didn't just do that. No. He's protecting us from the people he just met with behind closed doors. It should be fairly distributed to all of humanity, Klaus Schwab style, stakeholder capitalism style. Literally everyone, as a form of UBI or universal basic income, which will empower billions. That UBI will come in the form of a cryptocurrency That crypto is Worldcoin. The merits of UBI have resonated with Altman for years. UBI is interesting to me even without talking about AI. Altman says in a recent Zoom interview, it's an idea that appeals to a lot of people if we have a society rich enough to end poverty. It doesn't end poverty. Then we have a moral obligation to find out how to do that. That's not how to do that. That's an enslavement grid. So maybe the magic of AI can succeed where the mud of politics has failed. In a world of AI, universal basic income is even more important for the obvious reasons, Altman says, who added he still expects there to be jobs in a post-AI world. But, A, I do think we're going to need some sort of cushion through the transition. And B, part of the whole reason of being excited about AI is its more material abundant world. Do you work more or less now? Do you have more or less? Do you think they're going to give you more material abundance? Do you think you're getting a better house, a better car? Is that what they have planned for you? What alterverse are we living in that you would buy into this bull snap? Worldcoin, following this logic, could be the key. It could be the key to unlocking that abundance. Oh, baby. But there's a catch. Of course there's a catch. If the goal is to freely give out tokens to everyone in this AI-enabled future, how can we be sure we're handing out the loot to a human and not an AI-powered fake? It's only a matter of time before AI can laugh at CAPTCHA. Or what if bad actors use AI to create multiple wallets and game the system? They're going to game the system, and guess what? Your biometric retinal scan isn't really that safe either, because they will make, eventually, you will be able to produce an actual biological retina that can be scanned. So, I mean, when we talk about printing organs and things like that, like that's like Rothblatt, right? We talk about xenotransplantation, those things. There will be ways to game the system. I promise you that. Out of the gates. In fact, don't be surprised if once you have somebody's retinal information, you could print an eyeball identical with that retinal information. I'm not saying that that's going to be commercially available for everybody, but would it say be, I don't know, available to a 3-letter agency or a black project? Jason, that sounds like a conspiracy theory. Meanwhile, we got Lochner orbs in the world right now. With a cryptocurrency smart contract to ensure your blockchain slavery. Lovely. Lovely. The team thought about the problem. They thought about all the ways humans could prove they're actually human. And after considering all the options, they came to a wrenching conclusion. They don't like it. See, they didn't like it. We don't like it. We really didn't want to do this. Wah, wah, wah. We know it's going to be painful. It's going to be expensive. People think it's weird. They decided they had no choice. It was unsettling and controversial, and the optics are literally the stuff of nightmares. But they thought it had to be done. They needed to verify humanity with biometric data. We didn't want to do it. We had to do it. Blania is talking, of course, about the orb. For a number of reasons, we didn't want to go down that path. So we decided to make the device as dystopian as possible. But it really was the only solution. This is the untold story of that solution and a journey to discover if it's solution or a problem. That's the journey. Don't worry, they're going to take us on a journey. Can we get even close to 100 thumbs up over on YouTube? Can we get a little bit of traction? Can we get a little bit of love? can I let you know that RVMRumble.com is going to have this second hour? Because we got to go to our sponsor. We're going to come back to the last segment of the first hour. You're looking at the modern day Lochnar, and it's the real deal Holyfield, folks.
Attention Americans, breaking news. Biden's dangerous plan for a digital dollar is underway. Don't be fooled. It won't benefit you. Take action now. The Federal Reserve phased deployment of FedNow began on July 1st, 2023. Be prepared. This may catch many off guard. Your hard-earned assets are in jeopardy. But there's a simple legal tax loophole to opt out of the digital dollar. Reach out to American Alternative Assets for a free wealth protection guide and discover how to safeguard your wealth with gold and silver IRAs against a failing dollar and volatile markets. Visit protectfrombiden.com. This invaluable guide provides precise steps to transfer your IRA or 401k into precious metals without any tax consequences. Be smart. Don't let Biden force you into using the government's new digital dollar. Visit protectfrombiden.com to get your free guide and get started. Again, that's protectfrombiden.com.
Woo! And we are back. It is Reality Rants. I am Jason Bermas. And today is a wild one. It's one of those ones where you take a step back and you say, damn. You just say, I can't believe I'm reading this. I can't believe this is happening. It's here, and I can't believe how dystopic they decide to go with it. The orb is sleek and minimalist with no visible controls or knobs. It looks like something you'd buy in an Apple store. That's not a coincidence, as the orb's lead designer is Thomas Meyerhofer, who was Johnny Ive's first hire at Apple. Lovely. Ive is the legendary designer of the iMac, iPod, and iPhone. Oh. The orb was meant to evoke simplicity. It must be simple enough to speak to all of us, everyone around the world, Meyerhofer once said. In the Berlin office, Melania shows me older models of the orb and tells me stories of the company's early days. When they first tinkered with the hardware, the idea was originally conceived as the Bitcoin project, with the goal of freely distributing Bitcoin to people once they proved their humanity. Melania holds up an older version and chuckles. It has a slot and spits out physical coins, almost like a reverse piggy bank. It has 2 eyeballs and a mouth. Those early orbs just didn't cut it. Let's be honest. The early orbs even talk to you. The thing screams at you in a robot voice. Blaney remembers, now amused by the nostalgia. He explains that each of the early orbs could hold 15 physical coins, which contained the keys to actual Bitcoin. And the idea was that people would take the cryptocurrency more seriously if they held something in their hand. The team soon scuttled this idea for obvious reasons. We just tried so many things, said Blamia. Such a making of the orb vibrate when it told you something. Every week they cranked out a new version of the orb, using 3D printers to quickly iterate. Blania, a tall, athletic, baby-faced 29-year-old, wearing jeans and a t-shirt. He's so hot right now. He's so hip. He's an unlikely CEO. He leads one of the most ambitious projects on the planet, but this happens to be his very first job. Altman tapped him to be the CEO and co-founder after his stint at Caltech, where he researched neural networks and theoretical physics. Blania admits that in the beginning, other than technical depth, I think I was a bad CEO, so Altman gave him help. Sam basically gave me a couple of people that I met with every week, he says. They basically told me every week the ways in which I was doing a bad job. One of these CEO coaches was Matt Mockery, who had previously coached both Altman and Brian Armstrong. I wonder, or Mocheri, I don't know who he is. I'm sure that guy has some really interesting connections. That's all I'll say. They tutored him on the managerial basis, like how to conduct one-on-ones, how to run staff meetings, and how to handle public speaking. Blaney has no hobbies unless you're counting weightlifting and meditating. He splits his time between San Francisco and Berlin, Tools for Humanity's two main office, and when in Berlin, he starts his day at 9 a.m., leaves the office at 10 p.m., and then hits the gym. I try to work every waking hour. I mean, they're not propping this up right now? They're not promoting this? I mean, he's a hard-working man. He's a hard-working man. The work includes leading 50 full-time employees, and some were tasked with creating a new crypto wallet from scratch. The crypto user experience is very rough, says Diego Sada, head of product and engineering, who I also meet in Berlin, in the Berlin office. Sada is yet another genius. There's a lot of those in the AI circles. Everyone's a genius. It's magic. He grew up in Mexico and built robots with his friends when he was 14 years old and launched a Venmo for Mexico startup, and later met Altman at the Y Combinator Incubator. The Y Combinator Incubator. Sounds like something out of the Silicon Valley series. That's what that sounds like. Sada was initially skeptical of crypto because in his view, it was hard to get non-technical people to easily sign up. When he asked people to do things like download a MetaMask extension, they were lost. Sure, crypto wallets were effective for the crypto curious, but they were a non-starter for many of the planet's 8 billion people. And a core idea of Worldcoin is to get cryptocurrency to everyone easily, regardless of their tech savvy. Yeah, because we'll have all your biometric data. We'll have a track trace database under your skin, son. Don't worry. Now you're in the crypto verse. Now you're tokenized. Yeah. Something they could do without complications. Something they could do literally in the blink of an eye. Ha ha ha. Get it? So they built World App, which syncs to the orb and allows for near instant onboarding. I tried it out myself in the Berlin office. I downloaded the World app from the App Store. The app synced to the orb, which sat on a conference room table. I had imagined the orb would be sitting on some pedestal in a throne room. Alas. Seconds later, I stared into the shiny globe. My account was verified, and I was now the proud owner of one Worldcoin. We did it. I got a token. Yeah. Yeah. This would not have been possible had I tried it in the US, where they are not rolling out tokens, at least not yet, for regulatory reasons. The onboarding process, at least for me, was buttery smooth. It was easily the most frictionless crypto onboarding I've experienced in my 5+ years covering the space. If you're willing to overlook the whole scanning the eyeball thing, yeah, more on that in a bit, I bet. I mean, it's buttery smooth. I couldn't wait to give up my info. It's buttery smooth. The onboarding process, at least for me, I want to throw up. One reason the tech works so smoothly is an embrace of AI, and the paradox of AI is everywhere. The potential consequences of AI, both wondrous productivity gains and malicious deepfakes. See, deepfakes aren't always malicious. I hate that it's being presented that way. I mean, don't get me wrong. They pose a big issue. A big issue. And productivity gains, depending on where they are and how they affect humanity, aren't necessarily wondrous. They could be malicious. Right? So what do I mean by that? Well, if you have a productivity gain and more cost effectiveness via, printed drones and their networks that are hooked through Starlink or some other satellite system, well, that's going to enslave humanity, isn't it? That's not so great. And we're paying for that, right? So the productivity gain is not wondrous. It's wondrous for the predator class that wants to keep us at heel. They fuel the company's mission, but on a more day-to-day basis. The recent gains in AI have made the engineers more efficient. Worldcoin would not be possible without AI, says Sada. Multiple machine learning models help power the guts of the orb, and Sada says the AIs have, in effect, begun to train other AIs, further supercharging their productivity. So how do AIs train AIs? People think we need a lot of data to train the algorithm, said Sata. Actually, what a lot of these models allow us to do is generate synthetic data. Just as you can use AI image generating DALL-E to create an image of Luke Skywalker dunking a basketball in the style of Caravaggio, and it comes back in seconds, the engineers can use AI to create data simulations. That allows us to use significantly less data, says Sata. That's why we're able, by default, to delete everyone's biometric and iris data. Yeah, I'm sure, because they don't want it. We're going to just delete it. We're going to get rid of it. Come on. Come on. Again, this is a beta test acclimation project. How many people will sign up for their blockchain digital control grid slavery? That's what this is. That brings us to the uncomfortable question that has dogged Worldcoin since its inception. Just what exactly is Worldcoin doing with these eyeball scans? As soon as Altman unveiled the orb via Twitter in October of 2021, critics and skeptics pounced. Don't catalog eyeballs, admonished Edward Snowden in a tweet thread. Don't use biometrics for anti-fraud. In fact, don't use biometrics for anything. Snowden acknowledged that the project used zero-knowledge proofs to preserve privacy, but insisted, great, clever, still bad. The human body is not a ticket punch. As my CoinDesk colleagues David Z. Morris wrote, it's speculatory and inherently risky for a private company to gather this kind of biometric data about everyone on Earth. And that, by the way, calling the device the orb with heavy overtones of the Eye of Sauron is creepy as hell. Badingo, badongo. Yes, it is. But again, it's the Lochnar. I mean, however, if you look at the thumbnail, you know, this is like, other than me showing the guy doing the orb thing, that's like their legit like logo. Like they're letting you know it's digital slavery time. It's digital slavery time. Digital slavery time. Woo woo. Blania, Sata, and others from Worldcoin conveyed to me many, many times that the orb is not collecting biometric data from the eyeballs, or at least not unless the user explicitly allows it. Privacy is a fundamental human right. We've heard that before. Again and again and again at forums, at the World Economic Forum. And, you know, hearings. We've heard that before. It's a fundamental human right. Every part of the Worldcoin system has been carefully designed to defend it without compromise. We don't want to know who you are, just that you are unique, reads the company's privacy statement, sure. That said, some data is captured if the user allows it. The default setting is to not capture data. Users can change this and allow it to be stored, which Worldcoin says it's used for the narrow purpose of improving its algorithm. Why users would go out of the way to enable this is beyond me. You'll see why. Because it'll be in some backdoor privacy thing that you've already signed up for later on. That will become the default. After they got, you know, they've already got 2 million people, let them get 25 million. Then the new terms of service will be there and you'll just hit yes. And that'll be on default. Oh, I didn't know I did that. I didn't know. And that's just one of the ways. Come on. The really cool thing and the really hard thing, says Sata, is that the orb handles all of its calculations and verifications locally to vet that you are a unique human. And then it generates a unique iris code. Think of your World ID as a passport. Isn't that lovely? You'll have your medical information. We love the kind of passports that have been put out there recently. And the kind of restrictions regarding those passports. That's what I love. And I want that to be hooked to a system that has my biometric data on it. That's what I want. Think of your World ID as a passport, says Seta, and all the orb does is stamp that passport to say it's valid. He stresses again that no map of the eyeball is captured. It's just a code that says you're a unique human, not your age or race or gender or eye color. Don't worry. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. On the day of Worldcoin's public launch, Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin wrote a detailed blog post that interrogated the claims of its privacy. Good. We got one more break. I'm going to come back really quickly and tell you where you can watch that second hour. Back after this.
We love the internet, but the internet is tracking everything you do. Take control of your online privacy with IPVanish. People with malicious intent are everywhere, watching you. Criminals can hack your Wi-Fi, while broadband providers and advertisers monitor your data. With IPVanish on your device, your internet activity is encrypted. No one can see what you're doing. Your location, your connection, completely hidden. Protect your internet privacy today with IPVanish.
RVMVPN.com. And by the way, they want to get rid of VPNs. You want to watch that second hour? It's over at RVMRumble.com. RVMRumble.com. We got plenty more on this article, and guess what's next? We got a little heavy metal coming your way. Heavy metal. Very excited for that. You'll get to meet the Lochnar up close and personal. So YouTube,